we had to decide if we're going to be innovative and creative, how do we do that? And they're doing a really good job, and the idea is to build on something that's already there. The nexus is generally the school. And anything we do with schools, we like, because we're school-centric, because that's what we know, that's what we do. So they decided, and I thought it was because of the community involvement, they decided that what they needed to do was have a place that the community felt equally at home and could use in their own way, the same way the school uses it in its way.
We were told that a lot of parents were reluctant to come to the school site. So there was discussion about how we could provide that service as a community learning centre, not on site of the actual school. So we looked at a remote hub or a satellite hub. It's in a well-located area for people to access, for parents to access. It's a big open space, very bright and cheerful. Inside it's been decked out obviously with the early years programs. You've got lots of bright toys and lots of beautiful posters, and it's got a little kitchenette there, and it's got toilet facilities and showering facilities and all that sort of stuff. So it really is a fantastic place.
What we looked at as part of the school community house is actually developing strong links between the interagencies, between families, and ensuring that there was a sort of a cohesive approach in terms of connecting with, at the time, mums and young mums in terms of supporting them through the school. And it tied into our early years focus within the school.
Yeah, at the centre we are working with trying to build our parents' skills and assist in the re-engagement of young mothers to get them to finish their schooling, and also working on their health and wellbeing from the parents, young mothers, the grannies and down to the children. And also working with the service providers within Derby who can help support all those people.
How the community house works is layers of programs on top of each other. So we don't have playgroup from 9 till 10 and this program from 11 till 12. It works in layers where all of these programs are happening at the same time. The agencies are there at the same time. So the same group of people are accessing a whole range of programs without having to be over-serviced in the sense. We talk about little bits often, so instead of big workshops where everyone has to come in for a whole day, we're looking at little bits of information and layering that information on a weekly basis and getting complementary sort of, we talk about brain development and then we talk about behaviour and different aspects like that. A benefit that we've really found that's come out of it is by connecting different generations of people within the house, you've got a natural way of learning parenting skills and modelling parenting skills to each other. Obviously, our big push is to develop the educational outcomes for young children. Our AEDI data showed us back in 2010 that about 50% of our children were coming to school at risk or vulnerable in most of the domains. So we work really hard on connecting with the current playgroup that's in town, working with them to provide really quality learning experiences. Linking them with professionals. So the child health nurse comes regularly to the sessions, the OT and the speechies are starting to come along. So we're getting that early identification if there's issues, early intervention happening. And the other little project that we've just started is developing these, almost like a toy library in a bag that's targeted to different developmental ages, so families can take those home for a week, loan them, come back and swap them around. So it's really trying to connect parents with early learning.
One of the other agencies that have come on board is a Hawk now. It's a healthy eating community group. Because it is a food-based healthy eating, healthy lifestyle program, it attracts people to the centre. The centre then is busy, and because it's busy, the kids are excited, the parents get excited, and people start talking excitedly about what's happening there. So we've had a lot of traction with the Hawks Now girls. The ladies really have shown a lot of, I suppose, self-determination in terms of being able to push their program to the people that they want to develop it for. We talk about this thing being a centre and a hub. It really is now a zone where those agencies can specifically target the people that they need to. So our child health nurse will come in while Hawks Now is running their programs, and they can do the weighing of their babies and they can do all the health checks and all that kind of good stuff. And that all happens every week. So these women run it every week on a prescribed time, and so more and more people are accessing those services, and the services are now being able to access into that space as well. So it really is exactly like, there's no lines, there's no people waiting around. It's a right now thing. Like if parents want something done, it's a real action time. And because it is every week and it's all the time, those services can just feed straight into that centre.
We're using the Derby School to get the Aboriginal kids to build a table and which they're doing regularly, 4 offices here in Perth. That kind of real life, real job experience, and then the negotiation skills of selling them and that sort of thing. But you run it out of the school community house. It's not owned by the school. It's owned by the school and the community. In fact, what we're doing here is trying to be innovative and trying to be creative and trying to take the school into the community. We're going to have the teachers do curriculum planning with community service providers for next year, for 2013. So you remember when you were in school and you did the science fair thing, and you've got everybody around the room. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have little booths. So DCP is going to be there, the hospital. We're going to have the police department. We're going to have people all around. And the teachers are going to go around when they're planning, and they're going to plan by using these people to incorporate them, to use the geography of the community house to do that. But it's not the teachers that are just doing the planning. It's also the teachers with the service providers. In my view, that's something that's innovative. That's creative. That's where we're taking a step outside of our own domain, and we're allowing other people in to our area of expertise, which is curriculum development and curriculum delivery with teachers, and we're saying, let's get you, DCP, because you're relevant to these kids' lives, into our school, and we'll come out to your life.